What's cracking, everybody? New video, part 2 to an old video. So, first off, part 1 of this video, I'm going to go ahead and put the card right there so you guys can click on it. Those of you that haven't seen it, you guys can watch the video and then come back and watch this again. But that video is the biggest video in the history of my channel. It brought a lot of people to the channel. It's helped my channel grow. Um, it has also brought out the most hate out of any video I've ever done. It's brought out a lot of racist comments towards Mexicans, which is unfortunate. But one thing I'm going to do is, the reason why I'm doing a part 2 is, I don't want to address all the hate, all the negativity. But there was a comment that dropped an hour ago, right? I'm already in bed, ready to go to sleep. I go to work tomorrow, get back on the grind. But I wanna read this comment to you, and then we'll go from there. Okay. This is by Kyle Y. Okay. He says, again, you're gonna have to refer to the old video, the first video. But it's about how in California, the nobody does it. But anyways, I spoke from the perspective of a Mexican from Southern California. Um, they do not fist fight. They have a no hands policy, meaning you do not use your bare hands for anything. Um, Whenever anything needs to be handled, it's going to be handled with a knife. If somebody, one Mexican, um, a Southerner, has a problem with another Southerner, um, there's not going to be a fist fight. There's not going to be a head up fade. It's going to be, if the problem is that damn serious, then you're going to have to go ahead and both of you get a knife and both of you handle your business. So if they do that with each other, why would they afford anyone else anything different? If they're going to get into it with anybody, it's going to be with a knife. Now, let me read the comment and then we'll retouch on that. So, Kyle says, that's not a good rule. Smaller scale fights need to happen. You also get better at fighting by fighting, not with knives. That's dumb. Raza, and he put quotations, Raza needs to reevaluate its 2022 essay full. Just knives? That's dumb. Fights need to happen. Just knives? What the fuck? That's dumb. And then he replied to his own comment and said, that's why more gun violence is happening these days. People are afraid to fight. Okay, so how you doing, Kyle? Kyle, you've never been to prison, obviously, um, and especially not in California. So for everybody that thinks like Kyle, and all the people that talk about Mexicans are scared, motherfuckers know how to fight. That's not the issue. They just want to fight you with a knife. Get yours, I get mine. All this superior strength and speed and everything else that supposedly you had without the knife, you should still have with the knife. But it's not that serious to you. So, anyways, Kyle said that's not a good rule. Smaller scale fights need to happen. Kyle, um, somebody in your family probably told you were special at some point, right? And you probably believed them. You know what I mean? Like, good, that's great. Hopefully it helped you with your self-esteem. It helped you, be a positive person, and but go to prison and ain't nothing special about you. Matter of fact, you as an individual mean absolutely nothing. It doesn't matter who you run with in California prison. You are a small part in a huge machine. You are irrelevant. Small scale fights need to happen. Do you understand that in California, the guards will shoot you to kill you for a fist fight? No warning shots. If something goes down, they don't know if there's a knife in your hand or not. They just kill you. Small scale fights need to happen. The fuck you look like going out there and fist fighting with somebody? You might die. So why would you fist fight? Like, this is the ignorance of a lot of people that are speaking like this. Um, they need to reevaluate. No, the way that the rules are in place, and it's every faction. If a Crip and a Blood start fighting on the yard, guarantee everybody's, all the Crips, all the Bloods in the area are jumping in. It's not just Mexicans from anywhere, any Mexicans behind the wall. Okay. Um, these rules are put in place to where it actually serves as a buffer. Um, if anybody thinks they're just gonna bomb on whoever they don't like, I mean, what? So a guy has a bad day and he can bomb on anybody in any car, any race, and then everybody else is supposed to just stand back? Don't work like that in California. Um, and then the second part of Kyle's comment, well, his reply to his comment. That's why more gun violence is happening these days. People are just afraid to fight. And it's funny because there's so many comments in the first video about um, Mexicans are cowards because they need a knife. Essays are cowards because they need a knife. The majority of the guys that if they've ever gangbanged in their life, right? Anyone commenting that way that is supposedly ever gangbang, you just expose yourself, right? Because in warfare, when you're dealing with a rival, these guys on the streets will use a gun, a knife, a bat, crowbar, anything they can get their hands on, right? And that's gangster. But and then they go to jail and what? Or no weapons, you're a pussy. You use a weapon, you're a pussy. I used every weapon at my disposal on the streets, but I will not use a weapon because I won't be a man in prison. I'm not a man if I use a weapon. The fuck out of here. But what I do like is that there's a lot of blacks that have done time, and you can tell when you see their comments, you can tell which ones have done serious time and which ones haven't. And they're saying like this shit is straight facts because they've been there. You know what I mean? You can't have anybody just running around just socking on motherfuckers. You know what I mean? That brings everyone in. And what people don't realize, not just the no warning, you get in a fist fight on the yard and then you get killed. But again, you are a small part of something greater than you. Before you got there, that thing existed. When you leave, it will still exist. Those things those groups that people have to align themselves with, they generate money. They generate their own income. They do things on the yard that your ass Your dumbass comes in here and thinks you can just punch somebody, they lose their money. You think they're okay with that? You fuck with some real gangsters' money, and you're gonna have a real gangster problem. So, again, I'm sure, I'm extremely sure that you are as special as your grandma told you. But that's some street shit, Kyle. Um, I'm glad you've never been to prison, especially with the way you think. Um, but shit, hey, go ahead and catch a case, and um, but make it a good case. That way, you go to a level 4 where it's really happening. Catch a good case, man. Um, and I mean, get them fists going, man. Fists of Fury. They'll probably call you that. Fists of Fury, Kyle. Um, do that, man. Get on in there and just you know fight, and punch a bullet when they come at you. Just do it. You know what I mean? Like, impress everybody, man, and show everybody how. Hey, it's 2022. Um, I want to get shot at for a fist fight. And possibly get killed, or maybe just crippled, or shit. Who knows? Maybe just have a shit bag the rest of your life for a fist fight. And then when you come out of the hospital, if you do survive, you have some explaining to do for some people that lost money because you decided it was cool to go in a fist fight and drag everybody else involved. So I'm looking forward to the comments. I have commented back to a couple guys that have, you know, had a lot of negative stuff to say, and I just wanted to say it here because I might say it in the comment section. Um, Thank you for your hateful comments. YouTube doesn't realize or even care that they're hateful. They just say, hey, there's people engaging with this video. Let's keep it in the algorithm. For everybody that was really behind the walls, not just in California, but anywhere, that did that time, that went through the fires, did the struggles, you know what I'm talking about. I'm glad you're out. I hope you stay productive and have a healthy and safe life out here. For Fist of Fury Kyle, and then all the racists out there that hate Mexicans because they're willing to, I don't know, they're not willing to fight. They're whatever it is, whatever. There's so many, you know, negative things. I can't keep up. But you're welcome to the channel. You're welcome to comment. Please comment multiple times. I like that. I need that. For everybody else, man, salute you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in again. And I appreciate your support. With that, I'm out. Tell them. All right, what's cracking, everybody? I'm back. I wanted to add something. Um, I recorded part 2 earlier. Oh no, actually last night when I was about to go to bed. And here at work, I can't really upload, and so probably post a video tonight. But the thing I wanted to touch on was this: the original question. My understanding was the individual was asking why uh, Mexicans from down south, because he said essays. So why the Mexicans from down south don't give blacks head up fades in prison, right? And so um, I touched on that here. But it seems like a lot of people are mistaking it to where the original question had to do with the streets, which is funny to me because I got to thinking about it a second ago, right before my break, right? And I was like, the average citizen, like civilians, Mexicans and blacks, they don't fight. They don't have an issue. The ones that have an issue are gang members, and it's usually because of gang shit, right? And so that's why I laugh so much when people like are obviously trying to add street shit to it. It's like gang members are trying to kill each other. You know, what gang members meet each other somewhere and like, hey, let's fight? That's not. When did that? Like 1950, 1960 maybe. So I mean, this little add on to be quick, man. But I'm just curious, like, and then there's a lot of people in the comments that are saying like it's funny how a dude who's let's say 6'5" wants to fight a dude who's 5'7" and call it a fair one. Yeah, yeah, it's fair to the 6'5" guy. You know what I mean? That motherfucker that's 5'7's got an equalizer on him, whether it's a gun or a knife. Hey, you guys are gangbanging again. The average citizen, civilians, brown and black, they don't fight each other. You know what I mean? It's rare. And usually if something happens, it's like at a club or something, and people have been drinking alcohol, and then somebody grabs somebody's ass or somebody bumps somebody, and you just tear the club up, you know. But other than that, it's that's a gang thing, man. People keep wanting to make it a race thing. Um, Even Hoodie from the Hood, when he did his thing and he was saying how it's true, how when Crips and Bloods, get into it in the joint, that's a gang thing or political thing. Same thing when Mexicans and Mexicans in the joint. But he left it open to where if black and brown get into it, that's racism. It's not racism. It's racial, but racism and racial are different things. When you have an interracial riot or a racial riot, that's still along the same lines. It had nothing to do with, oh well, they're black. Let's go and get into it them because we're black. Because everybody knows that's been behind the walls, especially in California. To get into a riot, whatever organizations are in play on that yard, they lose all their money. Income's gone, dried up. They don't want to do that. They don't want to lose their money. So if something happens, had to be something so disrespectful where they say, "Well, let's do this." That was my point when I say, why is it? Why do people consider it racial if they get into it? And then, if it was racial, if it was a racist move, then it wouldn't stop, right? Nobody's functioning like that, man. But anyways, that's my little add-on spiel. Um, it is what it is. Um, Everybody have a blessed day. Stay smart, stay safe, and tell the ones you love that you love them, right? I'm out.